No, you want another one before we start? Yeah, here, dude. Here. Let me grab some. Let me grab some extras while we're here.
I done capped my shit already. I'm like, yo, I was like,
These niggas
it is
are
a hot
finna-
day. Drink
These
this shit like a
niggas are
Capri
finna
Sun.
drink.
I'm over here sipping like, wow, this is
Appreciate
delicious.
you, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, nah, this is
No
crazy.
problem, no problem. No,
Jack
these are
Daniels.
fire.
He tried to
Shout
say
out
these shits
Jack
is
Daniels.
twist
Daniels, man. With this shit
Twisted
down
Punch it.
home
Yeah.
punch.
Yeah.
This shit says
yeah.
contains
This-
alcohol,
this
but I
is-
think you niggas are lying.
This is definitely the summer
shit is
move.
crazy.
Straight juice.
It
Tastes
tastes
like
straight up like-
simply lemonade.
Now
Yeah,
this
it
is
tastes
like,
like straight up
like a
Blue
high
Wine.
C. This
It
is
does.
Like I could drink this.
an
as just a
adult
drink.
high C. Dead ass.
Nah, not high C. I hate high C.
High C held us down
I hope
though.
you don't see this.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, nah, real shit.
We need the money.
Shit,
That's
Jack
a fact.
Daniels, if you
Stop
gonna
playing,
sponsor me,
nigga.
I'll never let you down.
I'll be the drunkest
Motherfucker
sponsor
you want.
ever.
The
The
drunkest,
slop-
sleaziest, sloppiest.
All right, y'all. My name is Michael Harrell. This is.
Toby King.
I
Thi-
am. Oh,
Oh, wait your turn.
Antsy.
All right.
Antsy.
Antsy. This is the Masters in Creation
That's
podcast.
fact.
We are here with none other than L.A. Chae. Straight from the bird.
how y'all
I need
doing?
to figure out how to add some sounds.
Yeah,
into the
facts,
app.
word,
I need to start
studio
getting- don't worry,
audience.
I'm gonna have some do in this shit.
word,
There it goes.
man.
Do bunch of that shit.
I got y'all.
No, we're talking about longtime friend of
Yeah, already know.
mine, of the brand, of my music career, an artist in her own right. Shout out No Label.
Shout it out.
No Label. We're definitely gonna get into it. Yeah, you know what we
Calm,
mean.
You know, calm.
Calm. Don't worry. No, we
Little
gonna
calm
get
set,
into
little
it.
calm
No,
way.
we
calm
we are
way.
going to get into it. Do trust me. LHA, how many tapes, how many projects have you made? We're not even gonna get to release because I
Okay.
know how you be behind the
Oh
scenes.
my goodness, behind the scenes is a beautiful thing. I like to stay ready, so I never have to get ready. But if it was up to me, I wouldn't have to record another song starting today for about the next 5 years.
Yeah,
That's
right.
how much music I have. Like, and it's so funny because when I drop something, majority of the time it's from years ago. And that's why I always laugh because everybody always says like I'm ahead of my time, and like sometimes I'll release something and it's too early for the public's ears,
Facts.
and then so that's why like I just like to hold on to it and then release it when it's the right time.
Now, how weird is it? Like how? Because I experienced it too.
Mhm.
Like I'll write something, like you said, years,
And then they're not ready
and
for it at the time.
not at the time, and then or
But-
you're not even ready.
But
Sometimes you. Yeah.
True.
You
That's
feel
a
me?
lot of songs that I hold on to because the visual aspect of it, I don't have either the
A
participation.
little closer to the mic.
I don't either have the participation or I don't have the funds
Yeah.
to do it the way
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Facts.
Facts.
I'm not talking about ordinary music videos. I'm talking about I need a whole team,
A set.
production team,
Yeah.
writers to be in the writer room with me, director to direct it the way. Like it's just like I'm a really complex individual, so
Facts.
Right.
I'm willing to wait. I'm a patient person. I developed that over time. But the funniest thing is you either hold on to it too long and everybody's already stole your swag,
Yeah.
or you
Facts.
release it too early and no one's ready for it and you don't get the credit that it's worth.
Yeah.
So it's a
Is
complicated.
it hard finding that medium?
Yeah,
like
it's
to-
very tough.
Like picking that, like
Man.
I feel like that's almost a part of being
So
an
let me-
artist. Time
let me
I
tell
don't
you
even know
guys
if that's a
something right
skill
now.
that you could get.
Yeah,
Like,
I,
it's
it's-
just
it's-
I
something
feel
that
like
shit-
it is though. I
timing.
feel like just like that
It's literally
intuition to be like just like to know.
It's a leap of faith.
Like it's not
Facts.
something
It's
like
a
you
leap
can
of faith.
teach.
Facts.
I'm telling you, it's a
but-
leap of faith.
I don't feel like it's something like you could teach, but
No,
it's like
No,
Not at all.
it's
you have to sense it.
it's
It's a leap of
intuition.
And again,
faith.
it's within yourself
Honestly,
too. And you almost get that
honestly,
itch. Like you almost
yeah.
get that
It's
like
the
feeling where it's just
intuition.
like, oh,
So,
right now's the time.
For me, and I'm telling you guys this like right now, the melodic singy rap stuff was not popular for a while. Like Uzi's, to me, from my point of view, Uzi's someone who like made it comfortable. But that's something I was doing before I even heard of him. I'm not saying
Oh, shit.
Uzi stole my style or nothing. What I'm saying is when
You
you,
were
have an
trying that
idea in
out.
your
Yeah,
head,
facts.
when you have an idea in your head, a million other people have the same idea. It's about who's going to do it first, who's going to do it consistent,
The platform.
who's going to do it right, who has the right support, who has the right backing. Whenever I first, and then who you're surrounded by. Whenever I first started doing that, I called it rap and roll because it reminded me of like rock mixed with rap. And
Okay.
the people around me were like, that's weak as hell. Like, just like down in it. Oh,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, so it's all about who you're surrounded by, too. Because I'm like, then when it starts getting popular, everybody's trying to do it.
Facts,
The
facts.
same people talking shit on it, trying to do it.
1000%. Once they
It's
see
always
other
how
people,
it
like once
goes.
it's cool to be like, no, like that shit is lit. Then like the floodgates
Yeah,
open.
exactly. But it's like, I've experienced that my whole life. It's just like, I do what I want. That's why I created no label, because I've always been that type of person to just
Hell yeah.
do some random shit. And it's like, what are you doing? Why are you
Right.
doing that?
Facts.
Oh my goodness, nobody does that. Nobody does this. And then it's like a month later, they're like, well, let me try it. Oh, it's actually
Yeah,
cool.
sort- yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I was like, so it's
I
just
could
like
like that on some level for sure.
But it's you within
Mhm.
yourself. You just gotta keep moving
Mhm.
forward.
Yeah,
I-
facts.
It brings me back to, because I want to get this story. The first time I met you as an artist.
Mhm.
So I met you as a person,
yeah.
just as someone that lived in the house. She lived in the house where Most Girl was based at,
Yeah.
basically. The studio was downstairs.
Oh shit, okay, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
damn,
how we
you live
first
in that
met.
crib.
Yeah, that's how we first
Oh,
met.
was
That's what I'm
fuck.
saying.
I was roommates with Cook.
Yep. And would
Damn, that's
That's
crazy.
like my longtime friend. We grew up together.
Word.
just come
Damn.
downstairs sometimes
Like,
in the
hey,
studio.
what's
It's
up?
like, oh, Chae, yeah, you
Or
come
I-
back from work
I
or something.
did,
Damn,
people's
for
hair.
real?
I did dreads, so I did
Okay.
a lot of people's dreads,
Yeah.
and that's how he seen me.
Word.
I was doing like mutual friends, and he came over a few times and just got like.
I thought y'all even met after my man was done being a manager. Like,
No, this
I
is
met
That's
before
crazy.
he
This
even
is-
considered
yeah.
it.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And
Damn.
I wanted him to
That's
be my
early.
manager.
Yeah.
Swear.
I'm 18,
But
yeah.
he didn't know I
Word.
did.
I didn't
he
know-
didn't
yeah,
know
I
I did
had-
music.
Wow.
I had no idea.
But
no,
that's because
no idea.
I didn't have the help.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know like where to record or like. This sounds weird. Don't
Yeah.
like
But the
don't.
full studio
yeah,
downstairs still like
yeah, but like
you should feel the support at the time.
But no, it don't like people take it the wrong way. But like they were on their mission,
Facts.
and it was like I was just getting developed. Like
On paths,
and
man.
I didn't
you knew it
wanna
just
be
wasn't
a
your
part-
path. You
yeah,
wouldn't
that's
bother
what I'm
Yeah,
that.
saying.
They
facts.
were- yeah, because they were
So,
they're
It's
doing
different
that.
avenues.
And
Yeah.
it just wasn't. We were on two different wavelengths.
Facts.
Like we don't even do the same type of music,
Right.
but I still support, and those were still my homies.
1000%.
Like,
Yeah.
But I
1000%.
wanted to do my own thing, so everything fell in the line.
Nah,
of what it was
right.
supposed to be.
Everyone is where
Yeah.
they're
how,
supposed
so
to
how
be.
the,
son.
okay, so all right, so let me tell you the second half of it, and you tell me how these two things connect.
All right,
Okay, so
perfect.
after
Yeah.
hearing that, so I went. There's a venue here in Pittsburgh, down south side. It's called Rex Theater.
Okay.
And I brought my artist there because he was like, "Yo, I got this whole show planned for there. It's supposed to be like a battle of bands. They were labeling as there." So I said, "Okay." So obviously I was going there doing my job, and we're about to go on, and he has basically like no fans pulling up, but I got to make some again. You know, it's my job.
Gotta make
I-
something shake,
yeah,
right.
Something shake. All of a sudden, like 10 people come walking through the door.
Not even.
No,
It was
wait,
like 20,
yeah, that's-
30.
no, at
Oh,
first, no, I'm saying
shit.
at first.
Oh yeah.
Like this whole surge of people come in, and then another like group of 10, another group of 10, and then I start realizing that they're all together.
Yeah.
And then I see Chae pull up, and she comes out, gives me a hug, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" She's all geeked up. She's like, "Oh, I'm performing tonight." I was like, "Wait, you're performing tonight?" Yeah, this is what I do. I rap. I make music too.
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, all right, cool." Goes on stage. Everyone there is for her. They rock the fuck out so
Man.
much that they stay for my artist just to show some love
course.
because of
Facts.
how,
That's love. That's love. That's love. That's
how
I
was-
love.
like.
That's love.
We have that's people's problem. They don't like to support. I don't mind supporting because the tables always turn, and it's not like, oh, I'm doing this to
Absolutely.
do this. No, I'm
Right.
doing
no.
it because if I was in that position,
Everyone got their moment.
I would want somebody to be
Yeah,
supporting me.
Absolutely.
Like
I'm the
and
same
that's-
way.
and
Nah,
that's how
I'm the
gonna do it.
I'm the same way.
If I was in that position and I would want somebody to do it for me, I'm going to do it for you just because
we all
you
want
never
that.
know when you can be
Absolutely.
on the opposite side of the table and who you might need
Absolutely.
help
all
from.
want that in life.
Exactly.
Just that one person that has the
Exactly.
answers for us. Like we have the ambition, we
No,
have
that's
the
so
intuition,
like
we have
You
the
just
skill.
need that
I just need
little-
the answers. Just show
that
and
little, you know what I mean?
and
Just like that little
the
guidance.
thing that's so annoying is someone has the answers.
Right.
They
You
do.
know there's
But
people out
Reveal
there that have the
yourself.
answers. Reveal,
Yeah.
reveal.
It's the
It's like
craziest
the Wizard of
part.
Oz.
Yeah,
the
real
world
shit.
is a business, so You have to pay for knowledge
That's a
in
fact.
some way.
in
Yeah,
some way.
some
Some
way, shape,
way.
or form. It's a
Yeah.
fact.
In some way. And sometimes people don't want money. Sometimes they might want another favor or whatever. But at the end of the day, knowledge is free. It's about how hard you want to go and get that knowledge.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you
can-
could give it
meet
to
that
someone.
person.
Yeah, facts.
You can meet that person that knows everything, but they might want you to trade something for it that you're not comfortable with.
Yeah.
They might want you to
Sometimes
trade
they
your morals.
disguise it.
Or
Yes,
Until later on, they say, "Oh, it's
exactly.
free." That's one of the worst things you want to
Oh, my
hear.
goodness.
Is, "Oh, it's free," or "That's
Or,
taken care of." But
got you.
keep doing this. Yeah, I got you.
And then
When's the payback?
right.
You don't want even want to
And
know
then
what that payback is.
even
That's how they
to
get people in the
that,
trap.
on the flip side of that, you could meet the person, they could give it to you, but if you don't take it and do something to
Yeah, then
have
then it's useless.
it's a
Yeah,
dub.
yeah. If
You
don't
know
have
what I
to do with
mean,
that
bro?
knowledge,
It's a
useless.
dub. So it's like it's got to be on both ends.
So all right, so now combine those two. So there's you in the studio sitting there, and you had to have been looking at that studio as I was at times, like, I should be building something like this, and I could do something like this. So how'd you start getting your initial following?
well, honestly, when I first started,
How'd you first record? Yeah, how'd
Okay,
you
all
first record?
when I first started, I did music. There was a website. It was back in the early 2000s. I was probably about like 9, 10 years old. It was called Jam Glue. And it was set up like logic.com, basically. You go to this website and it's set up like a DAW. And you load your instrumental up and you can rap. Plug your microphone up to your computer and do a full song. I started recording that way. And cool. We went to school together. Met him-
How old are you at this time?
when I met Cook, I was like 11, 12. We met in like
Okay.
middle school.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like, 6th grade. I don't know. 11,
Facts.
12.
Yeah. 6th, 7th grade
And
type
then-
shit.
No, 6th grade.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know he did music or anything. I had like a music MySpace, and we used to make.
In 6th grade. Wow.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
wow.
a fact. Yeah,
I
nah,
had it in
yeah.
the 5th grade.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
and it was me and my brother, and it was called I called her like the team, like it was called FHTD. Hilarious.
What does it stand for?
It
Yeah, what is it?
stand for forget haters these days. But it was
All right.
basically like, no matter what you do, people are going to talk about you.
It's a
so
fact.
forget
Yeah.
them.
It's a
Yeah.
fact.
So that's
Early
what it
stages
was.
in the label.
Yeah,
Yeah, word,
literally,
yeah,
it
word.
literally was
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it was like no matter what you're gonna do, people are gonna talk. So forget
Facts.
them.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So and when I found out that website, I'm like, my brother could sing at the time. Well, he still can sing, but
Yeah.
I would tell him like, I want you to sing this hook. He's young at the time. If I'm like 12, he's young. He's like, he didn't really know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know that like
Wow.
you had a brother for real, to be honest. Like this,
Really?
yeah,
You
this
met-
whole
you're
story.
telling
is-
me, right?
Yeah.
You may have met him
He's
one
been
time
at a
at the
few of the
show,
shows.
but I don't.
Okay.
He was
Yeah.
only able to come
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, no,
facts.
he performed at one, but
Okay.
he's been at every show.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll give him that.
Okay.
So I explained to him like the songs, broke it down. So I would write the hooks, and I'm like, all I need you to do is sing this,
Word.
Yeah.
and he would sing the hooks, and then I would get going on the verses, and then we have fun, and eventually I start putting him on the second verse. I'm like, all right, come on,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
get
it's like,
into
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
the songs were good. People in school would be like, I put your song on my page for MySpace. So I'm like,
That's lit. No.
what?
Back then, that's
What?
crazy.
Middle school too.
On
yeah,
the
that's what-
page?
yeah.
crazy. Like,
On the
Yeah.
like, no, that's
on the
crazy. That's crazy.
page,
Yeah.
That's
like,
fire.
people would be like, yo, that song's hard. I put it as my page. So I'm like,
Yeah,
going
nah,
crazy.
that-
like,
yeah, that's
you
like
know
going
how
triple
big that
platinum.
is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Put
That's like
my
going
song-
As
platinum, son. Word.
Yeah, so at the time,
Yeah,
might as well be
bro.
platinum.
Putting
Yeah.
my song. So
Yeah,
then,
sorry.
Cook's brother always did music since we were younger, his older brother.
Okay.
And he used to tell us about him and everything. And
So I
then,
ain't noticed.
yeah, Cook used to rap too. So whenever
Okay.
he's like, you rap, you're good. Like I didn't never heard a girl really rap like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So then we were always friends. Like I said, we used to make beats on the table with our pencils.
Facts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's how we became friends.
Lunch table vibes.
Yep. We used to do it in class. And then he's like, you're really good. Like, don't give up on that music, blah, blah, blah. the unfortunately, like when I read around like the 8th grade, the website got shut down because they were breaking a lot of copyright laws and everything.
naturally,
they shut that
naturally.
down.
I was wondering,
And-
like, when is it? Yeah.
Exactly,
What,
yeah.
what are they gonna crack
When they
down?
catch down?
They're
When they
gonna
catch
crack
on?
down
Yeah.
on that.
So
A little
whenever-
too lit.
Whenever they shut it down, I didn't know really what to do. My mom used to always be like, "There's a studio in East Liberty. I want to take you." It's called Yo Mama's House, but
It's still
I could,
around?
It used to be. I'm not
Oh,
sure. I
okay.
could
Oh, I thought she
never
was trying to play or
find
something.
it.
I was
I
like,
could
what?
never find it. Like she
Oh,
would like,
wow.
cause like this is before like,
like
we,
lore.
we had GPSs and stuff like,
Yeah.
on our phone.
Yeah.
Like this is flip phone era. So I'm
Yeah.
like, where is it? She's like, I don't know. Someone said it's here. It was like basically like storefronts, but it was on the top of a storefront, and we
Mm.
couldn't find it. So I was just like, man, forget it. So I was just like, forget the music, whatever. And then I stopped doing music. I got into sports and everything. I've
Yeah.
always still wrote, no matter what.
yeah.
I will always still write. Had all these notebooks. So then, fast forward to when I moved in with Cook, I was working at the bank, and I had to get up early. Like I had to get up super early. So when I got off work, I was tired. And when he first started the studio, he was always like, "Come on, come down,
Yeah,
rap, blah, blah, blah." But I'm like, tired off work, bro. You know, whatever.
Facts.
So I never gave any time. Then I ended up quitting that job, and my time freed up. By the time, that was probably like a year and a half later. By the time my time freed up, he was already tied up. He had his set artist.
Yeah.
He was doing what he was doing, you know. So there was never any hard feelings on that aspect because
Timing
it was
was
like
just off.
time-
Yeah,
when I
time
had
was
the
just off.
time, when he
Yeah.
had the time, I didn't.
Facts.
Then when I had the time, he didn't.
It's a fact.
So it was just like
Timing is
whatever,
everything.
bro.
'Cause I know this
Do-
because you were
yeah,
barely around
do
at
your
the time.
thing.
Yeah, because you were
exactly
so
do
busy.
your thing. Do your thing. The way it ended up happening, like I said, I did dreadlocks, and an artist that he was recording, Norman Dean, aka
Yeah,
Stoney,
yeah.
came through, and he was like, "Oh my goodness! Every time I come through, you're doing dreads. How much would you charge to do mine?" And then I ended up doing Stoney's dreads. The first time I did Stoney's dreads, he's like, "I have a studio. If you want, I'll give you free studio time to do my hair."
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Stoney had a really nice setup. So
bet,
once I
yeah.
got there, we would hang, like I would do his hair, then we were like hanging out a lot. So then he's like, "Why don't you get your own stuff?" I'm like, "This is like," he's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah." So I
When
bought-
someone first says that to you, too, you're like, wait,
Exactly. I'm like,
how, when,
I'm
where,
thinking
why,
all
what?
this stuff is expensive.
Yeah, you're like, nigga, I got $20 in my
exactly.
account right now. And you're
Like,
telling me,
for real, like,
I'm
struggle.
doing
I wouldn't
hair.
be here if you
Yeah,
did
that's
this
what
for
I'm saying.
free.
I
Yeah,
like- I do hair.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So he's like, Seiko
Yeah.
selling his laptop.
Okay. Yeah, I remember this. You still have that to this day?
Man, I'll tell you about it. in
Okay.
a second.
Okay.
So Seiko selling his laptop, and I hit him up like, "Yo, I want to buy that," and he's like, "I really want to sell it to somebody that's a producer." And I'm like, "Bro, trust me, let me buy it." And he was
Facts.
like, "All right, Chae, you can have it." He let me buy it. That was the first step.
Mhm.
This laptop was loaded.
Facts.
When I tell you loaded,
Yeah, facts.
With your music?
no.
No,
Okay.
he's saying like
Seiko is
software.
another
Oh, okay,
producer.
okay.
Yeah, it was. You would literally have to turn on like if you. It would be Apple processing, and then you turn off the
Yes.
computer, turn it back on, and you can make
Well,
it
no, no,
Microsoft.
no.
What? What?
It's like a crack. We can't,
Oh, what?
You're
What?
not. It's like you're not allowed to really.
You're
I
not,
mean-
supposed, you're not supposed to be doing 9%
That's
of
what
the
I'm
things
saying.
that we do on
Yo,
TV.
they be
Nigga,
selling
fuck all
jailbroken
that.
fire
Yeah,
sticks.
No, get the fuck on. We don't
They
even.
be selling them jailbroken,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Facts,
So it's
no.
like,
I didn't say it. Long story short, Seiko sold me the laptop loaded. That was the
That's
best
fire, though.
laptop ever.
Mhm.
Any and every program you could think of for a music producer.
that's fire.
Anything you needed.
Yeah.
So then once I got that, Norman's like, "Okay, all you got to do is grab an interface, grab a microphone." He told me what interface to grab. He told me what was a good starter mic. He told me the whole everything. Once I got it, he even told me how to set up my vocal chain, all that.
That's fire, man.
So I was set.
And again, reiterate that you just needed a mic, an interface, and a computer. That's what you need.
Yes, but after the computer, you need the DAW.
Facts.
That can be Fruity Loops, Reason, Logic,
Well,
Pro
Logic,
Tools.
yeah,
What
whatever,
is
yeah,
that?
whatever.
Are you saying DAW?
Yeah, DAW.
Okay,
That's what they're called.
DAW. Okay,
That's
DAW.
what Logic, Pro
program,
Tools.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I have no
We-
idea what's
I
being
suggest
talked
Logic.
about.
Yeah.
Would you also
I have no clue.
would you back that too? Would you say
honestly,
Logic is?
Is
I think it's most versatile. I think it's easy
versatile,
for people that are
easy.
beginners. I think
it's a like a very affordable.
very affordable.
I also would suggest Ableton. Studio One.
Mhm.
Studio One actually comes with the Presonus interface.
Okay.
Ableton Lite comes with the red Scarlet interface. Pro Tools is the most expensive, but it is one of the top notch DAWs. That's
Yeah.
what everyone uses. But Logic is another top notch, and a lot of people use that as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
At every level of the industry.
mhm.
Every level of the
And
industry.
if
Some
you
of
get
your
it-
favorite songs
exactly.
were produced on Logic.
Exactly.
Yeah, facts.
And
I've
if you-
recorded in
yeah,
Logic.
Exactly.
I've heard
And
that
if-
software thrown around for sure.
Yes, and if you get a MacBook, it comes with GarageBand. GarageBand is a very light version of
This is being recorded
yes.
on GarageBand.
Yes.
Shit, I mean, I wouldn't know if
GarageBand-
my shit
Just to
had
let you-
Logic
Exactly.
elements
Just to
to
let
it.
you know,
Like,
Yes,
but just let you know.
GarageBand is a very. It might be the similar.
I mean, because like
it's a baby Logic.
Garage.
Yeah, it's the same thing as like
I
iMovie
recorded my
to
first
For real?
songs on
Final Cut. I
GarageBand.
mean, but very rudimentary.
That's what I'm
Obviously, very,
saying.
very
Yeah,
rudimentary, but
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I
no.
made some.
Because I look at
you-
GarageBand
on
like, yo,
Garage-
my
Some people
sister could
finesse it. I'm
fucking.
pretty sure what's his name? David Dobrik used to do his movies, his little.
I think I did
vlogs
hear
in
that.
iMovie.
Yeah. I
In
think I did hear
iMovie, not
that.
even Final Cut, like not even
Facts.
the real pro version of
I
it.
mean, shit, you made some
You can
fire
make-
on our movie. Like,
Of course.
you
I
made
did.
some fire on our
Everyone,
movie.
if you have a Mac,
I've
you
done some things on
dabbled
iMovie.
and
Facts
dabbled in
that are
iMovie.
dope.
I've done some things on iMovie.
Yeah.
This
But
nigga
if
trying
you,
to.
if
all
you,
right,
have,
word.
if you can,
It's all about we have the keys. It's all about how
Yeah.
hard you want to work.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
always
Word.
about hard work is always going to outdo talent.
Because again, my man could have, you could have bought all that stuff, loaded laptop. He even told you what mic to get,
Mhm.
what to do. But again, if you weren't
Putting in the work.
putting in the, it wouldn't
Nothing
have
would've been
mattered
there.
at
Never
all.
got
It wouldn't have
there.
mattered at all.
Yeah.
So that's a fact.
So once I did that, I started recording myself, and I always was like, he's cool as hell for that because
yeah,
aside
Shout
from
out to
doing
him.
this,
Absolutely,
always,
absolutely. That's
always.
huge,
Shout-
and that's
every
huge.
time it's
That's
love.
huge,
Massive.
bro.
It's
That's
always
huge.
love.
Yeah,
Big
Everyone
shout
needs
out to
someone
Sonny.
like that,
People
yeah.
like that in instances
Exactly.
like that.
Everyone needs
Because
Yes.
he
people like
was
that.
my engineer at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to go to him a lot. So
Who is the
He-
most important person in
exactly,
your creating your
exactly.
music? Is
So
your
he's
engineer.
like,
Yeah.
he's going to miss out on a customer telling me exactly what to grab and get, and he didn't care about that. He's
Mhm.
like, go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah,
And I'll always like it's little stuff like that that goes a
Absolutely.
long way.
absolutely.
And I'll always pay that forward. Anybody who's ever looking to open a studio, I got you.
yeah,
And on the
Because somebody had me, and even if he didn't, I would still have the next person.
absolutely.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
So
Facts,
like
man. Facts.
always.
It's a
Well,
whole
him was gonna be
ecosystem.
somebody
That
else.
was the
Yeah,
biggest
you're gonna get it.
move.
Yeah.
So then
It's an
from there, it was
ecosystem,
just
really.
Logic was so similar to Jam Glue. It was easy money, but at the time I was stuck in trying to do Pro Tools because everybody was like hyping Pro Tools. So for the first 6 months, I wasted my time like my Pro Tools was on a Windows side and it would always crash. So I was like
Mhm.
mad, like my Pro
Yeah.
Tools. But then when I found out about Logic, I got into it, and that was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah,
I love Logic personally. I think it's just I can't say enough good things about Logic. Like, and again, another thing that a lot of people that they don't know, getting a Mac is beneficial because the Apple supported softwares, it's a one-time payment, and then they give you free updates. Whereas right now, when I edit my videos, I use Final Cut, which is Apple. If I would have got Adobe, it's like $30 a month. It's a monthly subscription.
fuck that.
Don't sign up for some monthly subscriptions for your software.
Oh my goodness,
That's crazy. For a software, it's
I
crazy.
don't want to say it, but Windows is a great brand, but it's just so many issues from their firewall not being good protected. So you could viruses are gonna fuck your computer up within a year or two, depending on what you're doing on it. Like you said, the monthly subscription shit, to
Crashing
any type of
issues.
Xbox
products.
Live be down. Microsoft just be on some bullshit. That's a fact. yeah.
Xbox, look,
That's a
Nigga got-
Xbox
fact, son.
360 was
Yeah.
the greatest console of all time.
You said the 360?
Yes,
and,
Okay.
and it damn near might be. It damn
It's
near might
it's
be.
up there.
Especially
It's
for
up
the
there. It's up
time.
there.
I think
It's up
I think
there.
I saw you post something the other day. It was like Well, if you went from 360
to
to PS4,
Yeah.
It was
then you're real.
PS2.
See, I stayed Xbox
PS2,
loyal, but
then
I know
360.
what you mean.
Yeah,
And I
facts,
know what you
facts,
mean.
PS2 was
facts.
I know
better
what
than
you
the
mean.
regular
That
Xbox.
that is the best console of all time to me.
One thing that I could say, oh yeah, that was
PS2 has
It
the
was-
greatest like. That's just crazy.
No,
I had
it
both.
definitely
I had
was.
both, so I can't-
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
So I
had
don't know
both.
which one I
I've
could've lived
always
without.
had both. That's why I always
Yeah.
tell people like, I can violently argue with you. Some people have never had
Word.
both.
I only had PS2,
Yeah.
then I
I've
upgraded to
only
360.
I always had both. Like my dad, he was like a fucking secret gamer.
Yeah.
So he had everything.
With the closet gamer.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. He's on the
Word.
Xbox today. I'm on the PlayStation.
That's a
But
fact.
I will say, PlayStation 2 has had some of
Goated.
the best
Goated, bro.
games of our
Goated.
lifetime.
Goated.
That was our childhood.
That's a fact.
Every game that came
Yeah.
out
That's
on
a
the
fact.
PS2 was heat.
I think that
But-
era.
Bro, every joint.
Every game.
Yeah.
But Xbox had Blitz the League, and that was my favorite fucking
And
game.
Halo. Halo was my big thing. And
Yes.
Halo was like
Yes.
That was my
that's why
intro
I
into,
couldn't
like,
get
the
rid of
whole-
Xbox. Was
That was my intro into like the whole
I couldn't
first
get rid of
person.
the Xbox because
Halo was
and
huge,
then
bro.
I'm not gonna lie, I loved my 2K Sports on the Xbox.
Yeah,
I
facts,
didn't
facts,
like them on
same.
PS2.
Same.
Why was what?
I don't know.
It was. I just feel like it was like
the
the
Xbox.
quality.
And the
just was just
controls,
so
I don't know,
much
the controls
better,
Were
like-
easier. Like certain games, like I used to play NCAA and Madden on PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Same.
And
That's funny
then I
as
used to
shit.
play basketball on Xbox and Blitz the
Oh,
League.
wow.
That was my game.
Yeah.
That was my game.
That's hilarious.
Like, what was it? What's the other one? Not Blitz. It was another football game.
Street.
NFL Street.
And
Woo,
the
that was
NBA
With the
PS2.
Ocho
That was
Cinco
PS2.
on the cover.
Yeah.
Stop.
I was on my
Stop
PSP.
it, yeah,
my PSP,
bro.
that's where I was getting
Word.
freaky with that.
The PS
Stop.
man, PlayStation, Sony. Shout out to y'all. I had a PSP. I
Nah,
had the white one.
Ahead of its
the,
time.
Star
PSP was
Wars
ahead of
one.
its time. PSP was
But-
ahead of its time,
Hey,
Oh,
bro.
hey, quick, do you
yeah.
mind if we smoke?
No,
You
not
cool
at
with that?
all. Come
All
on,
right.
now. Shit.
No, way
was
ahead.
ahead of its time.
Way ahead of it. Way
Like that shit was
way
crazy.
ahead, and it
Bruh.
was, and the timing was perfect for it too because it's pre-phone, it was
Yeah.
pre-advanced phone, so
Stop it.
every
I had my
Game
music
Boys.
on. It
Stop
was literally
it, bro.
a,
It was
a
dusting.
PlayStation 3 before the PlayStation
That's
3.
what- in your
And
pocket,
and
though.
that's probably why
In your
PlayStation 3
pocket.
wasn't that dope
Yep.
because the PSP was better than that.
That's
I had my pictures on it.
bro.
I had my
Internet,
music
you
on
know
it.
what I mean?
Internet.
my porn on it.
That's what I'm saying. The freaks back in the bus niggas had the shit on.
everything on that.
I'm weak.
You back in the bus
You're
niggas are
funny.
crazy.
I can watch a
He
tennis
got
swing
the
and
back
then
of
run a
the bus
football.
niggas.
Next time.
Yo, he got the yellow on representing the bus right now. Fuck what you said. He said, you back of the bus
Yo,
niggas is
I
crazy.
didn't have it, but I was amongst the, you know what I
Man.
mean, the crowd that
We saw it. We observed.
I had everything on it.
Innocent bystanders.
And then
I'm
I had
dead,
the Darth
son.
Vader version. I don't give a fuck. Star Wars is lit. Always will be
Facts.
lit. I love Star Wars.
Love
Even the game on the PSP was crazy. It was like Call
was
of
fire,
Duty before Call of Duty.
there's Medal of Honor.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Like, come on now.
Medal of Honor is crazy. Wait,
No,
hold up, hold up.
007. 007.
Fire, fire, hold up, hold up.
Nightfire.
Hold up,
The
walk with me,
free-for-all,
walk with me.
You could play online on
Splinter
PS2.
Cell.
Oh, yeah.
Splinter Cell joints on
On
the
the
PSP though?
Yeah.
Stop,
But
Like
man.
you said,
telling
where you
you.
could play the online on the,
Yes.
That's crazy.
and then with the DSs, you could do
Oh,
Bluetooth.
yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
why is it not a thing no
Oh
more?
my
Why is it not
God.
Mario? No, with the Mario.
Yeah. Yes.
Stop,
Mario,
man.
no,
Come
the
on.
Wii,
Mario Party.
the Wii, Mario Party, Mario Sonic got the
Nah,
Olympic
man,
games.
nah.
Olympics, yep, the
Oh my God, talking about the Olympic Games. I was actually playing that the other
When
day.
that Wii came out, no one,
Man.
if you weren't around during that time, you wouldn't understand how
How lit it was.
great, and they had infinite available. which
Even
was
the
crazy
games
thing.
it
Like, I
came
can't
with.
believe they went with that like they were manufactured that many. What did you say?
Even the games it came with.
I know. Just the basic stuff. Yeah, sure. So that's why I asked. Do you mind if we smoke?
yeah,
But no,
My
yeah,
fault.
yeah.
if it was up
Pardon
to
me,
me,
pardon
I would
self.
smoke. Due to
Pardon
my
self.
job, I can't.
that's fair, man. Pardon me.
Be like, well, hold on, because we'll get back to
Tangent.
this.
Yeah,
Hold on,
yeah.
Because I want to get back to. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
how do you bridge the gap from? All right, you get your software, you got all that. Now people are coming to watch you.
Okay.
perform.
Yeah.
All right. Long story short, when I first started, no one
Naturally.
wanted to help me.
Right.
That's yeah.
No one
That's how it
wanted to
goes.
work
Yeah.
with
How
me.
it goes.
No one wanted to work with me. I would hit
Everyone listen to
I
this.
would
This
hit.
is how it goes.
No one wanted to work with me.
Mm.
I would hit producers up, engineers like, "Hey, how much for studio time?" Oh, left on red. People I knew.
Yeah,
son.
crazy,
That's
yeah.
Lift with.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Knocking on their door.
It's like, nigga, I just
Right.
saw you last week. I'm
Right.
trying